What do you get when you mix together rising precious and base metal prices with an executive order to clear a pathway for domestic production of minerals in a polymetallic project in Alaska? Well, you get an explorer that recently set out to raise $3 million in hard dollars that ends up raising close to 10, which is also known as Silver47 Exploration. Let's dive in. Silver47 is an Alaska-focused explorer hard at work in America's far north. As per the company, their main goal is to establish an explorer that has a billion-ounce silver equivalent resource. For those of you that prefer gold equivalent as a metric, that's about a 10 million ounce gold equivalent deposit using simple figures like $3,000 gold and $30 silver. In other words, Silver47 has massive aspirations, but they're well on their way to hitting their target, with 3 large properties within their portfolio. A January 2024 resource estimate completed on their Red Mountain VMS project outlined an inferred mineral resource of 168.6 million ounces of silver equivalent, with the project boasting an average grade of an impressive 335.7 grams per ton silver equivalent. This figure, of course, excludes recent exploration work, with the study itself including drilling conducted through to 2021, which means that recent exploration work conducted on the property has been excluded, with last year's drill program likely to add further ounces to the estimate. Oh, and the property has known occurrences of antimony and gallium, 2 critical minerals which are in high demand following China cutting off their supply to the West. The company, meanwhile, is led by Gary Thompson, an experienced junior mining executive who has assembled a team of seasoned veterans within the industry that boasts extensive experience in mine building, project management, and exploration financing. And that experience in capital raising has treated them well. Despite Silver47's status as an explorer, they've managed to secure major industry names, with Crescat Capital and legendary mining financier Sprott as major shareholders, which, when combined with management, own a 30% stake in the company. Okay, so let's take a look at the core of any explorer, their assets. Silver47's flagship asset is known as the Red Mountain VMS project. Found 100 kilometers to the south of Fairbanks as the crow flies, the project amounts to 942 mineral claims covering 620 square kilometers of prospective ground. Well, yes, this is Alaska. It's not as remote as you would think from an infrastructure perspective, which bodes well for the potential for future development of a mine. Highways, rail lines, and high-capacity power are all found within 30 to 80 kilometers, which for Alaska is worth writing home about. Oh, and it's in a pro-mining jurisdiction, with a coal mine just a stone's throw away. Red Mountain is comprised of basically 2 parts. Its western half consists of SEDEX targets, where 8 different targets exist that warrant further exploration, while the eastern half consists of VMS targets, where 14 targets are present, including the 2 main deposits, Dry Creek and the Western Tundra Flats. A couple of satellite claims, meanwhile, have 4 other targets that warrant further exploration as well. Amid all these targets, only 2 have been sufficiently explored to warrant a mineral resource estimate, which is where those aforementioned 168.6 million ounces of silver equivalent come from. Dry Creek is the bulk of the resource here, accounting for 104 million silver equivalent ounces at 279.4 grams per ton, while West Tundra Flats accounts for 64.6 million silver equivalent ounces, but at a much higher grade of 496.9 grams per ton. It should also be noted here that the equivalent figure consists of zinc, lead, copper, silver, and gold. Precious metals specifically account for about 33% of the entire resource, with 36 million ounces of silver and 214,000 ounces of gold, equating to an estimate of 55 million silver equivalent ounces. Both of these zones remain open for further discovery as well, with the presence of both antimony and gallium being noted in recent drill core, the further evaluation for which is currently underway. Oh, and as for that target of 1 billion ounces of silver equivalent, well, the 43101 filed in conjunction with the mineral resource estimate early last year also identified a conceptual exploration target, which suggests that Red Mountain could contain between 500 and 900 million ounces of silver equivalent at a grade of 300 to 400 grams per ton. And that's just at the Dry Creek and WTF zones, so take that as you will. In terms of development, current plans call for expanded exploration in both 2025 and 2026, leading to a preliminary economic assessment that is to be published in 2027, ahead of production estimated for 2030. Silver 47 is currently targeting a staged ramp-up that would ultimately result in a 10,000 ton per day operation that would operate both open pit and underground mines. In other words, Silver 47 is aiming for district-scale potential here, and they have a plan on how they'll get there, which is more than most junior explorers can claim. Outside of their flagship Red Mountain project, Silver 47 has two projects that have exploration potential. The first is the Adams Plateau project, which is also split between SEDEX and VMX targets, found in southern BC near to Kamloops. The 150 square kilometer project is wholly owned by Silver 47 and has about 10 targets that warrant further exploration. Historical drilling there has encountered 4.8 meters of 348 grams per ton silver, 0.72 grams per ton gold, and 2.7% lead zinc at the spar target, while the Lucky target has seen assays that include 3.66 meters of 180 grams per ton silver and 8.1% lead zinc. In recent years, a property-wide LiDAR survey was completed, while last year the company focused on identifying drill-ready targets in advance of a campaign that might occur later this year. And then there's the Michelle project in the Yukon, which is in an unexplored district said to be analogous to the nearby Keno Hill Silver District. Found in the north-central region of the territory, Michelle consists of a land package 158 square kilometers in size. The project is said to contain the unique silver-rich Mississippi Valley-type SEDEX mineralization. Michelle looks to be extremely prospective, with about 23 different potential targets already having been identified. Historical drilling includes 15 meters of 907 grams per ton silver at the Silver Matte Zone, and 18.29 meters of 310 grams per ton silver, 16.75% zinc, and 8.66% lead at the Gully Zone, among other results. The property is also said to contain numerous critical minerals, including antimony, gallium, vanadium, indium, and copper. So, who's behind the company? Silver 47 is led by Gary Thompson, who has extensive experience across both junior mining and capital markets. Thompson also serves as the chairman and CEO of TSX Venture-listed Brixton Metals, and is the former chairman of Gold 79 Mines. He's been responsible for raising over $150 million in capital markets, and was behind Sierra Geothermal Power, which was sold off back in 2010. Leading exploration efforts, meanwhile, is Alex Wallace, whom is VP of Exploration. Wallace has over 2 decades of experience within the mining industry, having previously served as a country manager for U308 Corp and as a project manager for Apex Geoscience. Notable names on the firm's board, meanwhile, include David Netherway, who has been responsible for constructing 5 separate mines across Africa and has 4 decades of experience under his belt, and Ryan Goodman, whom is formerly of producer Aura Metals and is currently the VP of Legal for Orezone Gold. The leadership team has been strong enough to entice 2 major investors to place their money alongside management into the venture, with both Crescat Capital and mining legend Eric Sprott owning a stake in the company. Combined with management, they collectively own about a third of the 66 million shares outstanding in Silver 47. We should also add here that those positions, by all accounts, appear to have been well paid for. Despite 47 going public just last fall, the company hasn't conducted a financing below the 50-cent level in the last 4 years, with all of its funding to date having been raised in the 50 to 82-cent range, which in terms of junior exploration is unheard of. All right, so let's wrap it up. Silver 47 is a resource estimate stage explorer that appears to be doing all the right things. They've raised capital at appropriate prices, management is invested alongside retail investors, and they have a strong goal and a path to get there. What's more, despite having a mind-boggling target of 1 billion ounces of silver equivalent, they're well on their way to get there, despite going public just last fall. And their current assets, by all means, appear to support the potential for achieving that insane target. What more could you ask for from a junior? All right, everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Guys, if there's more stories you want us to cover, please let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching, everyone.